how do you find inspiration? So you just talk about like you look at the photo and it inspires you. Is there any other ways you find inspiration?
So obviously being very deep in the PhD at the minute, I'm reading a lot of different things that I would never have come across. I'm learning a lot of different things. And I always find like inspiration from, so I use a concept in my networking strategies called network diversity, which is very much about the idea of engaging with individuals, people, sectors that are so far removed from your areas of interest and expertise that you can take things and apply them to your own work and to your world. So there's a lot of research that's shown that businesses who are built by leaders who have got diverse networks are a lot more financially successful. And often innovation happens when people learn something from a different sector and they apply it to their own, and it can help them innovate. They can become more efficient.
Yeah.
But often it's disconnected because they use different language to describe it. So I'm finding within my academic research, there's a lot of things from different spaces that I can pull into business, that I can, they inspire me to look at things differently or approach things differently or apply models and methodologies that are used in like geography. And how can I apply that into business? So for example, at uni, this email went round, it was like a year or so ago now. And it was like, oh, we've got this horticultural day on, and I was like, oh, all my plants are from IKEA or Lego, so like I'm really bad. But I was like, that sounds fun, I'll go along. And I went along, and it was this group of people who were like, salt of the earth. They, had boots on, like outdoorsy, garden, people. And I'm there like, hi, like in a pink coat or whatever. And very visually, I was the outsider. But I went in and I was like, look, I know nothing about this, so bear with me. Like, I'm really keen to learn. And they were so excited to show me all of these things that they were passionate about, that they loved. So we were talking about like natural ecosystems and, plants and things growing. And they talked about how often when someone gets, if you get a patch of land and you want to grow like food.
Yeah.
People will go in and they'll go, right, I love cauliflower, so I'm going to grow cauliflower. I love peas, so I'm going to grow peas. And they plant all the stuff that they love. But actually what you need to do is you need to take time and look at that land and really kind of take in, right, this time of day, that section gets really wet because this comes down from the river or whatever. That's really shady. So that, that bit wouldn't work for certain things. And really look at the resources and the space, and then plant things that would work there rather than things that you want. Yeah. And I was like, that is so applicable into business ecosystems and how, the rest of the world's trying to recreate Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
But the variables that were like came together for Silicon Valley to happen where it did, when it did, the actors involved, the land, the physical geography of it, all these things, you can't replicate it. So instead, you should kind of take a step back and look at what's already thriving, what's already working there, and then lean into that. And so I find inspiration from like loads of diverse kind of knowledge and insights. And again, that's another thing that networking provides, putting yourself in a room where you really don't belong. Like I did not belong in that room at all. And we naturally we find it easier to network with people that think the way that we do. We use the same language. This is the idea of birds of a feather flock together. It's called homophily. But if you can be courageous enough to kind of step out of that comfort zone and maybe think, right, so you're like super embedded in tech. So what is so far removed from that like cookery or something? I don't know. Something random. Like, and just it not only builds your personal confidence, and it's great for you when you meet new people, but you also get all these additional insights that you could potentially take back to your space and share them there as well. So, yeah.